I feel pretty good. It's a big week for us, for our program. We're taking each day at a time, just getting focused for a big game on Saturday.
Have you thought about the fact, and Dabo kind of talked about it, this offense has kind of gone how you've gone. When you had a pretty solid day running, it's worked out pretty well. Have you thought about that and the importance you'll have in the offense this weekend?
The biggest thing is just we have to execute early in the game. We kind of got behind some games in the past, and we weren't able to run the ball like we wanted to, and that was forcing us to throw the ball. So hopefully we can get on to a good start Saturday.
Knowing that your cousin will probably be getting a lot of snaps, does that add some motivation, a little bit of fun for the family?
It does. Just growing up, we have played against each other pretty much our whole lives, whether it's football or basketball. We've always competing in somehow. So,
talk about Bruce as a player and what jumps out at you.
He's very talented. I would say that. I give it to him. He's far more athletic than I am. To do a lot more things than I can. And as you can see, he plays basketball too. So I'm not really a good basketball player at it.
How many Ellingtons are going to be down at Williams-Brice on Saturday?
Man, it's going to be a big crowd. Man. We have a really big family in it, and they all want to come and see this game.
Half Clemson shirts, half South Carolina stuff, or everybody's going to remain neutral?
Well, they kind of made T-shirts with us. It's kind of half and half, so they show love for both players. So,
have you talked to Bruce this week?
I have. He's asked me about my ankle, and I asked him about his, and both things are going well. So we'll see him on Saturday.
Who currently has the better ankle?
Hope I do.
You were the quarterback and he was the wide receiver when you guys were in high school?
I was running back.
You were running back?
He was a wide receiver.
Quarterback, okay. He's a wide receiver, okay.
And then I think his junior year, he went to quarterback.
When he was considering playing football, did he call you and ask for advice, or said, what do you think that'd be like? What's the advice about doing a football grind?
He kind of had that mindset of just playing basketball at first, and he kind of shocked me when I heard that he was going to play football. But I knew in the back of his mind that was something he really wanted to do.
As lore would have it, your play here inspired his desire to play football. Has he ever told you that?
He never have, but I could tell he did. Just by him coming to some games when I was a freshman, just kind of seeing the atmosphere, it kind of excited him a little bit.
Andre, does this game take on special significance being an in-state guy?
It does. Like I said, this is a big game for our program, and there's just a few guys out there on that team I'm familiar with, and just going out there playing against them, it's going to be fun.
It seems like the out-of-state guys on your team catch on to the rivalry pretty quick, that there's some dislike between the two teams and especially their fan bases.
Yeah, this game just kind of makes those guys that's out of state, kind of have that feel that they're from South Carolina when we play this type of game. So, it should be exciting for them to be a part of.
Have you gotten a chance to see a lot of Bruce's highlights this year? It seemed like they do a lot of similar things to you, like running in the Wildcat or maybe sprinting around every once in a while.
I have not. I'm more focused on what we got going around here. Nothing against Bruce, but it's kind of Clemson in South Carolina. I'm not going to get into what they got going on down there.
How far back do you remember competing with Bruce? How young were you? Do you remember?
It was years ago. It was
grade school.
Yeah. It was a while ago. Just growing up. Just before our grandma died in 2000. We kind of been around her growing up. So I'll say maybe I was about in the range of 10 to 15.
Mm-hmm. Did everything, was it always sports, or was it just, even around a house, games, anything like that?
Oh yeah, video games, wrestling, sports, same thing. Yeah.
Always compete?
Yeah.
You ever get mad at each other, or just?
No. We know at the end of the day it's all fun and games, but we just leave it at that.
Is one more competitive than the other?
No, I think it's in our blood because we never want to lose. We're just gonna compete till one of us lose. We're gonna keep going at it again till the next one.
You told me about a year ago that you two are about as close as brothers could be.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that relationship?
Well, I mean, I was the only child, and he has an older brother. But we all three just grew up together in our grandma's household. So that's why I say we're kind of like brothers, because we know what everyone moves is at any time. So.
Bruce says that you brought out the best in him, and he thinks that he brought out the best in you. Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah. As far as like basketball wise, yeah, he brought it out of me. I wasn't really a basketball player, but just playing against him, you know, I knew he's a really great player, and I wanted to push him the best way I know how. So.
You didn't, as I understand it, you would had recommended that he not play football because of the grind, the wear and tear on your body. Am I correct in that?
Yes, because I knew he still wanted to play basketball, and I kind of told him that football is a grind, and if you want to be healthy on the basketball court, you know, you're gonna have to limit yourself in football. But just being the competitor that he is, you know, he still wanted to go out there and try it.
He saw that Auburn game though last year. You had 140 yards and a touchdown and a big stage, and that must have gotten him hooked in.
Yeah. You know, he congratulated me on the game, and like I said, the atmosphere just probably got to him, and he knew what football was like. So.
How close are you to 100% right now? No, you had the ankle, and did you have a quad or you had a hamstring too?
Yeah, both of them. I'm good at 100%. I'm ready to go on Saturday.
Who would you evaluate your seasons for? I mean, in terms of fighting through the injuries, how do you feel like you've reached your potential this year?
I mean, I was a little banged up here and there. It's no secret, but you know, I always wanted to sacrifice myself for my teammates. Just going out there and playing my hardest for those guys, and putting the best opportunity on the field just to try to win the game. So.
How tough is it to make it through a season healthy? You know, the size and speed of defenders nowadays out there. You've dealt with injuries the last 2 years.
It's tough. This is a physical game. Being at the position I am now, you know, you're gonna take a lot of beating throughout the season. And just gotta keep rehabbing it and stay focused. And
is there anything you've learned to? And I've heard the term prehab, you know, to avoid injuries through training, you know, different things like that you could undertake to become more durable.
I'll just say, just that cold tub we have downstairs, you know, it's real big with saving your legs and keeping your legs fresh.
How frequently do you and Bruce talk over the course of a given week or a month?
It'll be after now we'll talk after games. When we have earlier games than they do, I call them up after the game, after their game's over. And same thing with us. If we play a later game, they'll call me up later on.
So usually during the season, at least once a week?
Yep.
More frequently after the season or in the off season?
Well, you know, I kind of take trips down there, you know, when we got some time, and I'll go hang out with him, some of his friends, and he'll do the same thing and come up there.
Do you know Lattimore well?
I met him once. I don't know him that well, but I mean, I just met him once and kind of hung out with him for a while.
Just talking. He's got a serious injury. CJ had a serious injury before this game. You had a serious injury last year. It's tough. It's tough being a running back.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you know, hopefully, you know, I make it through the week and get ready for that game on Saturday.
All set.
All right. Thanks, Andre.